my pretties, and welcome back to Tasty Tips with Chef Tiff. And I'm your host, Chef Tiff. All right, today we're making witch's brew. And actually it is pumpkin soup, my favorite for this time of year. All right, let's get going. So let's look at our ingredients. We have some unsweetened coconut milk. We have pepitas, which is also pumpkin seeds. We have fresh pumpkin. You could use pumpkin puree or a fresh pumpkin from you could go to the store and get a whole pumpkin, or you could take your neighbors off their stoop. We have some, a little bit of curry. We have a little bit of turmeric. Coriander. We have a little bit of pepper flakes just to give it a little zing. And then we have a little cayenne. You could use cayenne powder, or you don't have to use it at all. But I like a little bit of a zing in my soup. But I'm using a little liquid, okay? Then we have your medium diced onions. We have fresh garlic and oil. Very simple. All right, let's get going. What you want to do is you start your nice hot pot. Take your oil, put it in there. Next, you want to take your onions and your garlic. All right? Don't be shy with the onions. Onions are a great flavor. And they're real chunky, and it doesn't matter because you're going to go ahead and put it in the processor, or you're going to put it in the blender. You could also use the hand mixer. All right? All right. So you want to just go ahead and let all the flavor come out of the onions. I like to use you could use a regular Spanish onion, a white onion, a yellow onion. Try not to use the red onion because that's too much sweetness. You don't want to get that. So you want to go ahead, about 5 minutes, you want to caramelize the onion to bring all that flavor out with the garlic, okay? Once that's going, you want to go ahead and you're going to take your pumpkin puree, okay? For this batch, I use about, you could use 3 15-ounce puree pumpkin cans, or you could use a whole average medium pumpkin inside, okay? Make sure you take out all the seeds. And if you do use a whole pumpkin, you can take those seeds and you could toast them, right? And then you could use it for the garnish, which we're gonna go do today. Oh, I love pumpkin soup. My grandma used to make it for me. I love it on a nice, cold October or November day. I'd come home from after school. My grandma would have a great big bowl of pumpkin soup for me. All right, so you want to get that going. Hold on, I'll be right back. Yes, and here's my secret witch's brew ingredient: chicken stock or vegetable stock, whichever one you want to use. Vegetarians love to use vegetable. Chicken you could use also, it'll enhance the flavor of the soup, all right? Go ahead and put that in there. You want to bring this to a boil, all right? And then bring it down to simmer. Okay, let that go until you bring it to boil, all right? And we'll be back. All right, our witch's brew is getting there. It's nice and boiling and popping all over the place. So let's add the seasonings. We're gonna go ahead with the coriander and the curry. A lot of people are afraid of curry. Don't be afraid of curry. It adds a great taste to many things. You just have to watch how much you put in, okay? You want just like 2 pinches. And red pepper flakes, like as I said, a little zing to the soup. All right. Now, we're gonna add our unsweetened coconut milk, right? All right. Now you wait a couple more minutes. Let's bring that back to a boil. All right, and then we're gonna add your maple syrup. Use a good maple syrup, like a Vermont, like a nice one, not a regular basic syrup. You want a good flavor in that syrup, all right? And this is why you don't use sweetened coconut milk, because we have the sweetened syrup here. All right, go ahead. Like I said, bring that to a boil. Once it starts boiling, you're gonna go ahead and take that pot off the stove, okay? Then you can let it cool down a little bit and put it in your food processor. What I have here is a big hand mixer, okay? Many people at home have that little handheld hand mixer. That's a great piece of equipment to have. The processor you could use as well, like a little KitchenAid, as long as it chops, all right? But that's gonna be like a 2-3 step process. You can go ahead and do that. So if you wanna do that in one step, I would just take this recipe and cut it down, all right? And so that'll fit your KitchenAid, all right? But I'm gonna go ahead and use this Big Daddy hand mixer, all right? In a few minutes, once this is nice and boiled and it's getting thick together, all right? Okay, let that cook. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and mix this. This is the Big Daddy mixer, which I make all your parade soups, your cream of potato soup, the broccolis. I go ahead and do a half puree with this. This is a great piece of equipment. All right. Now we want to bring it back for a couple more minutes. And it'll thicken up. I don't want to put it on full blast. If I put it on full blast, since it's not a big batch of soup, all the soup will be going all over, all right? And I don't have time to clean all that up today. We'll give one more chop. Let's try this up, one more. All right. Think we're good. Put that to the side. All right, let's get going. Smell all those flavors. Smells so good. All right. So if you're at home and you're making this, I would let it go another like 15 minutes on low. Just let it thicken as possible, as much as possible. All right, and then it's ready. So what you want to do is call up your friend or someone you care about. Ask them to come on over and have some of your favorite pumpkin soup. Or you could just stay at home, put on Netflix, enjoy it all to yourself. There you go. Don't forget some of your pumpkin seeds. Ah, does that smell good? Let's try it. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for watching. This is Chef Tiffany with Tasty Tips. See you next time.